everybody. This is not actually like an episode, I would really say. It's more of just a chat.
You could call it a bonus episode.
It's a bonus episode.
There you go, bonus episode.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just mainly about the Series X and how it came out today, because today is November 10th.
Yep.
And we all live in kind of relatively the same area in Ontario, Canada, so we all had very similar experiences, which ended up being good, I would say, for the most part, but they were really bizarre to begin with. Yeah, so I don't know. I think most people had the same experience. I pre-ordered mine from Walmart, and
Same.
yeah, so I got nothing, like no updates at all from anything until like 3 a.m. this morning saying it's on its way and you should receive it on the 13th. I'm like, wait, what? Like, it's like 2 cities over. Why the hell does it take 4 days to show up? And then someone else that I know that works there, they said, oh, check the CanPar tracking number, which is like the whatever postal service, like the tracking number for it. I was like, okay. So I punched in the CanPar number on the CanPar website. It's like, yeah, you'll get it later today. I'm like, what the fuck? What is with you, Walmart? Why is your system not aligning with that? And I shit you not, about 10 minutes after I checked, it was on my front porch. I was like, holy God, okay, that's pretty cool.
So
I don't know if you guys had like a different experience, but it was weird because it was like nothing, then 3 a.m. this morning, and then it shows up, I guess, 8 or 9 hours later.
Yeah, I think mine might be lost in the mail or something. I checked my CanPar number, and it just said, "Please deposit $650."
Please order a Series X first, Richard.
Yeah,
That's what I think. That's what it said.
And I said no, and it was like, well, you fuck right off. It was a weird exchange, to be honest.
It's weird that CanPar would say that.
It's real weird and sassy.
Yeah, I think you got the wrong number. I think you might have got the wrong number. I know, John, you ordered yours from Walmart too, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you? Was it the same kind of thing? Because I think you got yours like just before mine showed up.
So I, same as you, pre-ordered via Walmart. Got no notification. Saw some weird, sketchy charge to my credit card for the exact amount. I was like, oh, what is this? It is like a month ahead of when they were going to ship, and I was like, right, I guess they're doing something. And then, like you, got the email at like 2:30 in the morning with the, hey, this is going to be shipped. And then I didn't even look. It wasn't until people, like, I saw all the chatter where I was like, oh, I should probably check. And sure enough, I see someone walk up to my door and drop a package off at like, I don't know, 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
That's early. Nice.
Yeah. Ran out there. I was like, well, I wonder what this is. I think I know what this is. I'm excited. Then sure enough, crack it open. I'm like, yep. Yeah. Then I go back and I look at the tracking information, and they're like, yeah, it's supposed to be delivered on the 13th. I'm like, the 13th? I already have it in my hand.
Yeah, thanks, Walmart, for the update, you knobs.
Did he open it up yet, John?
No.
It is now roughly 9 p.m. You've had it for 12 hours almost, and it's still sealed.
It's quarantine. You gotta wait those 12
hours. Oh yeah, is that what it is?
14 days, right? 14 days before I can open this thing.
Good Lord, mine's literally been on since about 5 minutes after it showed up, transferring games to it and everything. It's still going. It's gonna be transferring for hours. 500 gigs does not go fast over Wi-Fi.
I've got an external hard drive, which I'm thinking I'm just gonna transfer the games that I have that are digital to that, and then transfer it over.
That's probably not a bad idea, yeah. Because this is taking me forever to transfer this. Like 500 gigs of games I'm transferring, and
even
it's
the transfer through a hard drive is slow.
Yeah.
Because I have my old Xbox One X hard drive that I just brought over, and I hooked it up directly.
Yeah.
And it takes a while, man.
Dude,
I didn't-
Travers was saying the same thing. He was saying he did the external route, and he said it was super slow.
Yeah, because certain games I'm just gonna play off the hard drive. I don't care about the speed on that.
Yeah.
But other ones I know I'm gonna access a lot. I transferred those into the internal memory, and it's taking a while. Some of them might still be going right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking of pause. I'm thinking I might just pause everything for like an hour just while I play something tonight, and then I'll just let it resume overnight. So it's like everything's updated in the morning.
It's probably the
I think
best way to
that's
do it.
what I'm most looking forward to is playing on a nice big screen TV at 4K, 60 frames a second. That's
Well,
like
you're
what
like you're like a kid at Christmas, John.
Yep.
I don't know if we talked about it, but you also this weekend got something that is unmistakably a TV. Like you're not gonna pick that up like, oh, what's this one? No, that one was definitely a TV.
Is this a good one? It's like,
I don't know. It's a good one. So yeah, I did order a nice big giant LG OLED 65-inch TV. That's gonna do nice
CX?
4K. Yeah, the CX, the latest model.
the latest and greatest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah,
address again, John?
Yeah, I think you posted it earlier. What time aren't you home tomorrow? I wanted to leave a gift basket or something on your doorstep.
Totally
I'll
not
never leave the
breaking
house
all my
anymore.
stuff.
So.
So, what's that?
I said we all never leave the house anymore. So really,
Yeah, damn it. Never mind. You're safe. You're safe. Damn.
or come by any time. I don't put up much of a fight.
It's
Yeah.
a good thing I installed all those security cameras, so at least track everyone all around my house.
Ooh, what's the IP address?
Yeah,
Or the MAC address of your the MAC address of your cameras. What is it? So I actually did manage to try a little bit of the quick resume stuff,
And
which is really friggin' cool. So far it's a lot faster than the videos that I saw, where they were like kind of displaying it or whatever, like going through how fast it was. It was like trying it out myself. I was like, this is a lot faster than it was in those videos. It's like 1, 2, 3, and you're in the game. I'm like, holy shit! Like going from game to game, and it's like it picks up immediately where you were. I was like, oh my god! And you can have I think it's 4 games you can have open at once.
nice.
And they're like I'm assuming it just kind of stores it in some pocket of the SSD, because it's like it's instant access right on that thing. So it's just like
it must, man. It must.
I don't know exactly how they do it, but I'm assuming that's what it is. It's either stored in RAM or stored in the SS, like a section of the SSD gets dedicated to it, or I don't know. I really have no idea how the hell they do it, but it's really really cool.
You did the quick resume.
Yep.
Did you? How about loading times for games, and how about like in-game loading? How's that?
I loaded up. I haven't loaded up any like super huge games yet, but I did load up. What did I load up? Minecraft Dungeons and Soul Calibur 6 and maybe 1 or 2 other things, and they were all pretty quick. The problem is, right, a lot of games bake in load times. Like they force it in there because of like the logos. It's like, oh, they got the transition and the animation and all that shit. You have to watch that stuff. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how fast the drive is. There's 10 seconds of hard-coded loading in there.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why I think the quick resume is going to be so awesome, is because all that shit's done. It's like, and like even stuff like Grand Theft Auto 5, you know how it takes like 2 minutes to load at the beginning or whatever? It's like once it's loaded, that's it. The quick resume is going to be insane for stuff like that. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. Like I'm really pumped to see how fast that loads, because that was one of the big issues with that game for me, was just the load times were horrendous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were pretty bad.
It's very cinematic too, man. So it's the colors, visuals are going to be fantastic.
Oh, it's gonna look killer, yeah.
But again, John, I feel like you're almost gonna get cheated out of some of this stuff, right? Because you're going from a 1080p TV,
Yeah.
playing on a PS4 and Xbox One X, whatever, into a 4K TV with a machine that is actually going to output in native 4K.
Yeah.
Your mind is gonna melt. Like, and it's not going to be like, oh, the TV is totally worth it. Oh, the Xbox, Series X is.
Yeah, you didn't.
The culmination of the two is just gonna fucking floor you.
So
I'm very jealous.
watching movies right now, I'm just like, jaw dropping sometimes. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
but the color definition alone, I'm like, God damn!
Dude, do yourself a favor. I know you'll be like, oh, whatever, but like, do yourself a favor and grab at least 1 or 2 like actual UHD discs. Because they like, I don't care what anyone says. I can see the difference. Like when I watch them, and I can hear the difference as well. Like they are a lot better than. It doesn't matter if you download like a 50 gig like file from a torrent or whatever the hell you do, or watch Netflix in UHD. It doesn't compare to like actually having the disc. They look so much friggin' better.
Yeah. So I was without a Blu-ray player, and I was using my PlayStation just as that Blu-ray player, and then I bought one, so that I could have like a system for some of the for some other stuff. I'm very curious about getting some UHD like DVDs and plopping them in and going, all right, how is this experience? What it's going to be like? And then just be completely floored.
I've got Planet Earth 2 4K waiting for me at the library to pick up, which I'm looking forward to checking out.
Yeah, it looks just bonkers, man. It's insane. And like, obviously, some movies are gonna benefit from it more than others. Like something like Avengers, whatever the latest one was. Like that's something that's like a flagship. Like they spent way too much money. Like, Endgame. Like that. Yeah, you're gonna be able to tell a lot. You're gonna be able to see a lot more detail and everything, and something like that.
Sure.
But yeah,
How about you, Mark? What are you looking forward to?
He's got the corona.
He's looking. He's looking forward to some.
He's dying of coffee.
I'm looking forward to not coughing. Oh, that's the beer. The beer just went down the wrong pipe. Wrong pipe. Wrong pipe.
Yeah.
We're all just laughing. We're all just laughing at Mark.
It's a swab up the nose, and then and that's it.
Oh, I already had to get one. I actually had a flu. And I got tested because.
Oh, you thought it was,
Yeah, totally.
That makes sense.
Thankfully it wasn't, of course, but oh man, yeah, that test sucked.
Yeah,
But
I've had it twice.
It could be worse.
Now.
Yep.
Yeah, it could be worse. You could have it. It's like, oh shit, that's a lot worse.
I've known too many people have had it now. 2 people indirectly that have actually passed from it, and then like a whole bunch of people that have gone really ill. The worst was the youngest guy that we know. He's like 25 and he has respiratory problems.
That sucks. Yeah.
So
that's just scary at that. It's scary at that point, right?
Yeah. So that was the Debbie Downer moment for this podcast.
Yeah. Well, there's no climbing back from that. Thanks, Mark.
I'm gonna go cry into my not Series X.
Yeah. Actually, so that's one thing. Actually, Trav was saying he bought Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla because apparently he makes $1 million and can just buy every new game.
He could just do it, yeah.
So he said he couldn't quick resume with Watch Dogs Legion. So I'm thinking that's because it like got upgraded or whatever to the Series X version of the game, I think.
Huh.
I'm still not 100% sure how all that crap's going to work.
Series X won't have...
Because quick resumes, I don't think is going to work for like flat out like Series X games. It's only going to work for back compat stuff. Because they're smaller games, right? And it's easier to load them and all that kind of stuff. I'm assuming... I really don't know. It's one of those things I never really thought about all that much. I guess.
So if that's the case, let's say it's a game that gets X enhancement.
Yeah.
Does it fall in that line where it doesn't load fast now?
I think so. Like the game will still likely load quickly, like from cold boot or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it'll just load up faster than you're used to a game loading up. But I don't think you can switch back to it like instantly, like the quick resume thing. I think if it's like a flat out like a fully Series X game, I think you can only do that with all the backwards compatible stuff, which is not the end of the world, but it seemed a bit weird because it's like it's like day one and you already can't do quick resume for a game. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that.
That's kind of crummy. I mean that seems like a feature that over the course of 7 years, you're just not going to use. as much anymore, right? Like at some point in time, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
only new games for me, and then a whole portion of what the system was built on
Yep.
is just wouldn't get used. Maybe it's just an issue with that game.
It might, you know what, it could be, and it's like maybe it was just a weird bug with the update, because the update probably came out today.
Yeah,
I would assume it's like, oh, let's push the update because a ton of new stuff came out today.
Yeah. So the optimized titles that they were talking about are Gears 5, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, The Falconeer, Dirt 5. And then there's probably a bunch more. These are the ones that I'm just seeing off the top of my head.
Yeah, you know what?
I think Horizon 4 was.
There you go.
Yeah, so what I'm going to try that later, actually. I'll try doing a quick resume with like Gears 5 and Horizon 4 or something. I'll try and do like quick resume between those two games and see if it actually works. Because they'll likely be updated, or whatever you call it, optimized or updated for X.
Well, they're supposed to be up to 4K 60 FPS with their.
Oh yeah, baby.
From what I remember, you have to go in and do your settings for the system, and then in the game you have to go in and change the settings in the game too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we don't all have fancy TVs like you, John. We only have 60 frame per second, 60 hertz TVs here.
My other TV is basically from the dark ages, being like over 10 years old. So I'm just happy to be a current tech age. The Gears 5 apparently will go up to 120 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is friggin' crazy, and have the Dolby Atmos support as well. Which I'm like, hey, I think I need to break out my surround sound and feel that whole effect.
That's another thing, actually. Oh, sorry, go on, Mark.
I was going to ask if the surround sound now is current enough for your new TV, John.
Yeah, you'll be like, you spit on your speakers. These are garbage. These are garbage.
I need the new color speakers, man. No, so I bought that surround sound system like last year or the year before. So it's like a decent receiver and surround sound system. So it'll be compatible.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Phew. I was worried for a second. I'm actually tempted
to get rid of your new TV.
Yeah.
That's close. Yeah.
I'm actually tempted to cave and try that. I know it's PlayStation 5, but you know that what is it, the Pulse 3D headset or whatever it's called, the white one.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's got like the 3D audio stuff.
Oh,
really?
Like built into the headset. It's like, I'm very, very tempted to pick that up with the PS5, because like my stereo's fine for movies, but I've never really been crazy about it for games for some reason. I don't know. And if I want to like play stuff like shooters and stuff, like blasting it, it's just not happening at nighttime, just because of kids. But yeah, having like a really good headset like that, I'm very tempted. But the thing is, I want to get something for the Xbox too, and I'm like, I don't want to have 5 headsets laying around the house.
Yeah. Well, I think.
So, Richard, are you gonna?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, are you gonna get one?
Nah.
No, you're strictly like a Sony boy, eh?
Well, he's doing PC as well. He's doing, you're doing like Xbox Game Pass on PC. I think that's kind of the, yeah.
I'm paying my Microsoft tax, right? I give them my, whatever it is now, it's $13 or $14 a month. It's doubled since they launched. But yeah, I invested in the PC in February. So
okay, yeah.
My thinking here is that pretty much everything that's going to come out first party is also going to first party for Microsoft is also going to come out on PC.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's been pretty true the last few years, right? Like Gears Tactics was the last one that I played. I know Gears 5 I can play as well. And even to some degree, like we've been seeing a lot of cross play between Xbox and Games Pass stuff. I think. Deep Rock Galactic, a third-party game, was allowing you to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't see the need to drop another $600-700. The box that the reason I'm getting the PS5 is because I have a PS4 rather currently, and I've got a whole library of stuff that I own and haven't played because I'm a terrible person who buys things and doesn't play them. Words.
That sounds kind of like
whereas that's just not the case with Xbox, right? So I don't have a lot of physical media. I wouldn't necessarily be down for the Series S. You know, I've got a very decent graphics card in here, and it'll do the trick.
Gotcha, man.
I think that's what Mike's doing as well. He's just foregoing the Xbox this round and sticking with his. Well, he's getting his 3080, right? So it's like you drop $1,000 on a video card, and it's like I think I can forego the system that I can forego the system that I would be playing all the same games on anyway. So I'm like, well, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So have we seen a drop in the 2060s, the 2070s?
Yeah, I've seen it drop. They haven't dropped. They haven't plummeted by any means, but they've gone. I've seen them on sale for $30 off here, $50 off there. But it's like,
and it's basically what I got them for on sale.
Like at this point, they should be bloody half price, but they're still. I think it's because the 3000s are impossible to get. Still, it's like we still got these 2080s. Like, okay, fine.
If they drop like $100, maybe $200, then maybe I'll pick one up.
I don't know.
Or 2 or 3.
I'm gonna wait for the the big Navi cards or whatever it is for those to drop.
Oh, nice.
I'm not interested at all in buying one, but I'm waiting for those to come out so that like the 3070s or just so there's some competition and see Nvidia maybe kind of actually get some stock. I don't know.
Yeah, it's I think that the real thing that Microsoft is selling this generation is Games Pass. So
yeah.
If you buy into Games Pass, however you want to do that, we even see that with the Series X. Like you pay your $30-$40, whatever it was, and you get your console thrown in with your Ultimate and your Live and your blah 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 blah. That's it. That's all they want. They want your recurring revenue, right?
For sure.
Pretty happy for that. Selling a one-time purchase of a $700 box is not their priority.
They don't care. Yeah, they don't care about that. Well, I think even was it Phil Spencer? Someone there even said like, I don't care if you buy an Xbox. It's like as long as you buy Game Pass, we don't care if you buy an Xbox. It's like, wow. Like that's a pretty bold statement coming from someone that's trying to sell a new system. I'm like, yeah, I actually don't give a shit if you buy the system. Just buy Game Pass and we're happy.
They're going for the long game, right? Like I don't think this will probably be. If I had to guess, this is probably going to be the last console generation, or second last. Like it's going to move all to PC, I think, at the end,
or at least like a set-top box or something.
Yeah,
like
and then they'll have everything set and ready to go, right? Like smart.
Personally, I'd be totally fine. Like if streaming was good, which it still isn't. It fucking sucks in my opinion, but if streaming was good, I would totally be fine just doing that. Just like hooking up an Xbox controller to my Samsung TV and just playing games on through the TV, like on the cloud or whatever, just with my controller. I'd be like, I don't care, it's fine.
Yep.
But it sucks. It's terrible. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do that.
as somebody who pre-ordered Stadia and then canceled the week before it came out, that worked out real well.
Dodged a bullet, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like I've literally tried every single streaming system that's ever existed, and they all suck. They all suck. Like Stadia. The funny thing is, like Stadia, the interface is great. It's actually really nice and slick and quick and everything. Then you're like, okay, let's actually do what I'm supposed to do. Let's play a game. Ah, it sucks. Okay, never mind.
Ooh, not good, man. Not good.
So
so is anyone thinking about getting the external hard drive for Xbox, like their customized one?
Not right away.
No, ask me in like 2 years when it drops in price by half, and like I actually might need one by then. Because right now it's like the games I never even had my Xbox One X hard drive full, and that was a terabyte as well.
Yeah.
But like once full Series X games start coming out, I can imagine them being like massive. Like, you know, right now I think the biggest game that I have installed is like 100 gigs, and I think that's Gears 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
But like once they come out with like I don't know, like a fully fledged like crazy top of the line like AAA games, made from the ground up for Series X, and it's 200 gigs. It's like, oh Jesus Christ.
Well, that'll probably be the next Call of Duty. Like,
Oh
they
yeah,
keep
well even the
making
new one is. I think it's that big now, but I'm like, ugh.
it so stupid.
It's like the most poorly optimized. Whatever. I don't think they give a crap.
Like close to what, like 180 gigs or something like that when you have everything
I think so. Yeah.
downloaded.
It's so stupid.
So that's a quarter of your your system. Not even, probably more actually, because there's only so much.
Yeah, there's
dedicated,
800
right?
and 800 and something gigabytes of space. I think after the update and after the
Yep.
It's crazy though with the PS5. Even on the box, it doesn't say 1 terabyte. It says like 860 gigabytes or something like on the box. I'm like, that's weird.
Really? Huh.
And then when you boot the system up, it's even less than that. I'm like,
Well,
what
it's
the
like 6?
fuck? Yeah, it's even less than. It's the weirdest thing.
Huh.
I'm like, why not just
'Cause
make it a terabyte?
There's so much. Yeah, there's so much that's like they'll usually reserve around 200 gigs for system files.
That's totally fine.
Right.
I'm so used to that happening now. Like if you, yeah, when you get one of these systems and it says something on the box, it's always a lot less when you open it.
Yep.
But to have like such a weird amount on, and then it's even less than that, I don't know. Actually, the one thing with the controller I found, the Xbox Series X controller, Mark, you must have played with it a little bit.
Mm.
There's some things I liked about it, some things I didn't really like. It felt the D-pad is really nice and clicky. I don't know if you found that. I really like it.
The D-pad's amazing.
The D-pad's
it's
crazy good. It's like super loud and clicky, but actually I don't mind that at all.
Oh, not at all.
And the triggers are super nice. Like they have that
Yep.
little texture on them, and like when you press them, you can't even hear them. It's like the weirdest thing.
Oh, they did a great job.
But the only thing I wasn't crazy about is it like the back of it. Like I don't know what it is, but it just feels really plasticky, like super plasticky.
It's because they added a texture to the entirety of the controller.
Yeah.
I noticed that one with the Elite, but it's a little bit different. I think the Elite feels nicer.
Yeah. This one, it feels really plasticky, like super plasticky. It's nice. It feels nice in your hands. All the buttons are amazing. It's super responsive, but it feels like, it feels almost like it's really hollow or something, like hollow plastic. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. I feel the opposite with the in terms of like how it's constructed and the plasticky feel.
Yeah.
But I think it's the rigging, man. Like it's
Maybe that's what it is. It's just like I don't mind it, but like I've been using the Cyberpunk one for like I don't know a couple months now, and it's got like that rubber grip on the back.
Is it considered an Xbox One controller or is it a Xbox Series controller?
The Cyberpunk one is a Xbox One controller, but I can use it on the Series X, obviously. But
yeah.
And I'm almost tempted to like actually switch to this for Series X. Like I like the Series X controller, but I'm like, is there anything on it that's really making me stick with it? I'm like, I kind of like this one a little.
What I'm thinking of, and this is gonna be gross, is when people bring these to the store, and their grubby hands that are dirty and gross get at it, and it's just gonna be brown all over it, right?
Well, because of the grain, like the grit, it's gonna scrape their muddy, mucky, yucky hands off of it.
I actually have some self-respect for my store. I'll scrub these.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I'll make a fine paste. It's gonna be so gross. It's gonna be so nasty.
You should sell it back to the customers as a
God.
condiment for toast. A spreadable.
Are all of the X controllers backwards compatible or like compatible with the Series X or?
Yeah, they said basically everything Xbox One is compatible with the Series X, except for the Kinect. Rest in peace, Kinect.
Does that mean my fight stick for my Xbox One will work?
Should.
Ooh, Killer Instinct.
Yeah, if it is it hardwired? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should just plug into USB and work.
Oh, sweet.
Microsoft has been insane with that shit. Like you just plug in Xbox, plug anything Xbox into your friggin' PC. And it's like, yeah, here you go, you're good. I'm like, wait, where are the drivers? No, you're good. I'm like, what the hell?
Actually, I'm gonna try connecting the Xbox One to my wireless receiver for my PC.
Oh, the Series X controller, you mean?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll work.
There we go.
I'm sure it'll work. The PS4.
Meanwhile,
Oh
with
yeah.
PlayStation,
Yeah.
you cannot use your PS4 remotes to play a PS5 game on the PS5. However, they've recently announced that if you were to remote play a PS5 game on your PS4, then the PS4 remote will play the PS5 game.
That's bullshit. That's so bullshit.
Yeah, that's
should just work.
someone's decision that they made. It's not a technological limitation. That is someone saying, "Make them buy new controllers."
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, boss. Okay, Mr. Cerny.
Yeah, that's someone saying the haptic feedback is so important. We should totally just make it so that you go, and then like, oh, let's lose it on also remote play would make everybody keep their 100 million PS4s that we sold them.
I don't. That's the thing. I think they're pushing all these technologies with haptic, whatever. Like, look at the Switch. Does anyone give a shit about how that thing rumbles?
Yeah.
I love HD Rumble, and I don't give a shit. Like that.
Yeah. Nothing takes advantage of it. Developers don't care. They're like, yeah, that's a fucking gimmick. Next, and then they just move on and make their game like they wanted to in the first place.
Yep.
Apparently, go on.
I like when the Rumble actually signals something in the game.
Yeah.
But it's not adding to my overall experience. No.
I like it when I put it on my lap.
Are you talking about the Res controller? Remember that?
I have one.
Oh Jesus! Of course you do. So for anyone that doesn't know what this is, the game Res that Sega released for the Dreamcast, they released a attachment.
Actually, the Dreamcast version didn't have it. It was PS2.
Was it the PS2 version that had it?
It was the PS2 version.
Oh shit, my mistake.
Yep.
So anyways, Sega released an attachment. Let's just call it an attachment, okay? That you could place very, very nicely in your lap while you played the game, and it would vibrate to the music that was playing in the game.
That's cool.
I don't think Richard understands what I'm saying. Sega was selling a vibrator that you.
It's a vibrator.
It's a vibrator.
Oh, that you attach to your controller? I don't remember that.
You plug in the vibrator
you
to the PS2
you could attach
and it would
somewhere
vibrate.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the way I literally think the way they pitched it in like some of the promo material was, give it to your girlfriend. She can play the game with you. I'm like, what the hell? And it was literally a vibrator that someone would. Yeah. Anyways, this is a real thing, and I'm not joking. And it was.
Yeah, it's the
really
trance
bizarre.
vibrator.
Yeah.
Made by ASCII.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna throw it up into the Xbox.
Yeah, it's.
Thing.
I don't even know how the hell we got to this.
I don't know.
Speaking of shitty accessories,
video game. Oh, yeah, sorry, go on. The PlayStation what?
The PlayStation rudder.
What?
I posted it in the PlayStation section of Discord.
What?
All right.
So, who needs to walk in VR when you could sit and then move your feet?
Oh, come on.
It's so ridiculous. And that's another thing that's going to get really gross and get a lot of feet smell on it.
Well, I would just flat out say no. Get that out of my store.
Fuck is
Turn around. Get the hell out of my store.
They get on the rudder and just turn.
Later. It's like, how is it motorized? It's like a Segway rudder.
Oh man.
Anyway, I'm. Going back to the HD Rumble thing. I did watch. I watched something. That's how we got onto it. I watched the Digital Foundry did this thing on that Astro's Playroom game for PS5, and he was showing like how the haptic feedback and the rumble and all that stuff was actually pretty cool. But again, it's only gonna work in really, really specific games like that. Like that that entire game is really just a demo for the system almost. It's like a fully fledged game, but it's like the whole point of it is to show off the microphone, the touchpad, and you like there's a level where you have to blow in the microphone. Like it's okay, we get it. And like when you jump on a when you jump on a certain type of surface, the controller rumbles in a different way than that other surface. I'm like, okay, great. But, like, other than that and the occasional racing game, like, there's nothing's going to take advantage of any of that shit. It never happens. It never happens. It never happens.
So, I'll take issue with nothing's going to take advantage of it. Naughty Dog will use it. You know, like, Sucker Punch might use it. Like, a lot of their first-party studios will use it. They just probably won't use it as well as, you know, the game that is meant to demo the way that it works.
You know what, you're probably right. Like the first year or so of releases you'll see it kind of scattered in here and there. Yeah. But like as the system goes on, you'll see it just fall away. Like it was like the same thing with the 6-axis. Remember that from PS3?
Well,
it was like, ooh, motion controls. It's like, how many games had fucking motion controls?
Because all the launch titles
are
close to launch. So it was like Ratchet and Clank and Heavy...
Remember Lair?
Lair
was the first game that actually wasn't bad once you could use the controller to control the game. Ironically, the motion controls made the game shit. And that was the whole selling feature for the game, and then they got rid of that, and it was like, oh, now the game's good.
And it's sad because people shit on that game all the time and like play with the controller. It's actually alright.
Yeah, play it after the update. They had to update the game too to allow you to use a regular controller. I'm like, what a joke.
So if that ever comes off the server, you'll never be able to play it properly again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. But PS4, PS5's gonna have Astro's Playroom and Bug Snacks. I'll play it, man. It's a free game. I'll play it.
Talking about Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks. And then all that PS Plus library or whatever, those 18 or 19 games. I'm like, there's at least 2 or 3 of those I like legitimately really want to play. So unfortunately, I've kind of played and been finished with a few of them. But like Bloodborne, I never really played. Like I tried it for a little bit, and I was like, not for me, but I'm definitely willing to go back to it and give it another try. But like,
so that one, I think they said actually didn't have any improvements. Like the big complaint about that game is the FPS, just because it's so frame sensitive in terms of your dodge timing and so on.
Yeah, so, they don't want to mess with that, I guess, right?
Maybe that's why. But yeah, so that one didn't see much of an improvement there, but I am looking forward to checking out Days Gone, which I think is getting the 4K 60 update, so that'll be cool. What else is on there that I want to check out? There's one other game.
Persona 5 I never actually tried.
Was that on there?
Yeah.
Persona 5?
Nice.
What about Horizon? Horizon, of course, you want to be able to check out.
Actually, I don't know if...
Well, I mean, I own a hard copy of Horizon.
Yeah, I actually own it too.
God of War, Spider-Man, like all these games that I played 5 hours of and then never got back to.
Hey, that's me. Yeah.
I just reminded Spider-Man. Oh,
that's so good.
And I'm
good,
very, very tempted to get Miles Morales on Thursday as well because it just looks nuts.
I'm tempted to drop the $90 and get the remastered version. So I'll be frank. Like I bought this secondhand for $40 or whatever. And I played, like I said, about 5 hours or so.
Yep.
Why? If I'm gonna play it again, I could top up. What is it? It's gonna be like $30 or something on Miles Morales to get
25.
Yeah, to get the
extra
remastered version of the game.
Yep.
Now with more Tom Holland.
Now with more Tom. Is there a Tom Holland? There's a Tom...
Did you see what they did to the Peter Parker? Like,
yeah, they changed his face. I'm like, why?
The graphics.
Why?
Well, that's kind of unfortunate. So, anyway, no, I didn't see that.
It's just weird. They changed the character for the remastered version. Yeah, it's weird.
Apparently, it was a few characters they changed the graphics on a little. So
a little. I mean, changing him to look like Tom Holland would qualify as
a lot. That's a lot. That one.
Yeah, it's the main. Yeah, Peter Parker looks totally different, and people were like up in arms because like, why the hell did you change him? He looked fine before.
It'd be funny if they put Marissa Tomei in the old like Aunt May.
Yeah. Aunt May role. I'd be okay with that. Anything that adds more Marissa Tomei to my life is totally fine.
Another Marissa Tomei movie?
Untamed Heart 2.
That isn't like White Oleander or something.
You have a thing for her? Seinfeld references.
So, are you excited about Horizon Forbidden West
Yes.
for
Well,
PS5?
yes,
Yeah.
of course. I'll get more excited about it when it's even remotely close to being released.
I think it's a next year title. I think
Oh, for
God
sure.
of War, Forbidden West,
2021.
Clank. They're gonna take those three, and they're gonna be like, and you're this quarter,
Staggered,
and you're
yeah.
in the summer, and you're the big fall game, and they're gonna have three big games as part of their staple, for next year, which is great. I think, for a new console to be staring down the barrel at, assuming that that God of War is actually in development and could be a fall
I
game.
think it is. I think it is.
Yeah, I think that'd be phenomenal.
I think Ratchet and
Because
Clank
it's
will
hard.
definitely be the next release, like the next
God knows
first-party
it's going to
release.
take me
Oh,
until
can't
next
wait.
fall to do Cyberpunk. So really, what else matters?
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk, that's coming out.
In a month.
Maybe, who knows?
A month from today.
Yeah,
Is it, though?
I'll wait and see.
True. Is it though?
I'll wait and see if it actually comes out.
Yeah. As long as they don't get any more death threats, right? Like, come on. Give these guys a little bit of like.
Sorry, my bad.
It was all Mark. All right, well, we'll be back next week for like an actual, I think, like more of a fully fledged episode, and I think everyone should have their like Series X and or PS5s by then with like more than 10 seconds of playtime.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how black for the original Xbox is.
Oh my god,
I loved Black.
that was an
I'm
incredible
downloading
game.
it right now.
Are you downloading
Actually,
it right now?
I
Oh,
beat
yes.
it. It's on EA Play. It's free on Game Pass.
That game was so next gen for me when I saw the bullet holes and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the casings. Oh my gosh.
The sound
shattering
in
everywhere.
that game.
The sound was incredible.
The sound
too,
was like next level. So,
Oh, all right. I'm jealous. That's cool.
all right. See you guys next week.
Bye.
See you guys.